All right, first up on the show, then you've got PayMate, which has seen its total payment volume surge by over 200% in the last 2 years. They want to seize this opportunity. They want to capitalize on the large business transactions going about in the digital sphere and are looking at a public market listing as well. Ajay Adiseshann, who is the founder and CEO, now joins us on the show to discuss that and lots more. Ajay, good to have you on board. To begin with, clearly the Indian digital payment story is not about UPI alone. You've got even large value business transactions which are going digital. We're seeing a rapid pace as well picking up. How are you looking to capitalize on this?
Yeah, if you look at the India opportunity, we are sitting at about 8 trillion in commercial payments opportunity. And that's going to about 11 trillion in the next 2 years, but 26, 3 years. So it's a massive opportunity. There's still a lot of, checks, not synchronized payments going through the system. So I think it's a great opportunity for companies focused on B2B to be able to streamline and reconcile all B2B transactions, given the, massive opportunity which lies in front of us. Beyond consumer payments, which UPI has obviously demonstrated that aspect, and that's really impacted the landscape. But going forward, I think commercial payments or B2B payments are going to be the flavor of the season.
So what's the outlook when it comes to your listing plans? Because I understand you planned to go public last year itself, and then there was some approval, upheavals perhaps. What's the timeline now?
No, so just to sort of clarify, we received our in-principle approvals from the Reserve Bank of India in December last year. And then as a next step, we need to submit the System Audit Report or SAR to RBI, which has already been done. I think the SEBI just wanted more clarity on that front, and I think we're going through the process. And once that's complete, then we are in the position to refile our DRHP with SEBI. So we are gearing up for that. And in the coming near term, we expect to file and list as well.
What is the guidance when it comes to your financials? Can you run us through your operational metrics?
Yeah, I think we've seen a remarkable growth over the last 2 years from 21 to 23 at almost 282% of the top line processing volumes, but 288% on revenues. So I think we are continue to be on the trajectory going forward. And more importantly, I think our gross profits also have gone up 7x from 22 to 23. So that's again very, very positive for the company, and that puts us on trajectory to break even this fiscal. So that's our immediate goal. How do we get to break even as quickly as possible? And we're looking at maybe end of this Q3 or early Q4.
And give us the kind of revenue breakup as well that you see and what the guidance is in terms of your revenue growth projections. What's the run rate currently and where do you see yourself growing?
Yeah, sure. So on the processing volumes, which we call total payment volume or TPV, we have done 84,519 crores in FY23. That's up from 69,191 crores the previous fiscal, which is FY22. On the revenue front, we've gone up from 1,209 crores to 1,351 crores. That's about a 12% jump year on year. So that's a snapshot. And on the gross profit front, we, as a percentage of revenues from 0.12% to 0.82%. So that, as I mentioned, that's a 7x growth. And also losses have come down by about 3.5% from 57.8 crores to 55.7 crores.
Now, I understand that one of the few concerns was that the company largely depends on your top 6 customers for more than 60% of your revenues. Are you a little bit worried about this client concentration risk and how are you looking to reduce it?
That's a great question. I think we've been working on it. If you looked at what we had 2-3 years ago, literally we had 2 or 3 customers dominating about 80 to 90%. So we brought that concentration down to 60% across a larger customer base and a longer tail now kicking in. So I think for us, it's a continuous effort to keep on de-risking from a concentration standpoint, whether it's customer concentration, partnership concentration, and even geography concentration. And as you know, we have expanded into the other geographies as well. And that gives us overall sort of distribution across geographies, across partners, and across customers.
Any export markets that you're looking at, Ajay, for expansion plans?
Yeah, so clearly we've already established ourselves in CEMEA, which is Central Eastern Europe, Middle East, Africa, starting with the Gulf states. We are set up in UAE and fully functional with customers onboarded and transacting. And we're looking at a few other countries in that geography, including Oman, which is already live, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is awaiting regulatory approvals, and even looking at South Africa. And then you also have APAC or Asia Pacific, and the countries we're looking at going live are Australia, Malaysia, and Singapore.
And finally, what's the outlook when it comes to your partnerships going forward? Are you looking at any distribution product launches?
If you look at the way we sort of distribute our solutions, clearly we work closely with the institutions of the banks, right? And alongside Visa, which is a network. And that's how we sort of been selling our products, working with the banks and their customers and onboarding them on a platform. That's one way of going about it. And then we've sort of, we've taken that to other geographies and replicating using the same template. Now, the second wave of our distribution will come through API-based distribution. And, we launched our API as a service on the B2B front at the GFF. And that's, again, a very important area for us where we look at not only financial institutions like banks and their, small businesses, but we're also looking at, fintechs, third party, could be marketplaces, and so on and so forth, who can consume our APIs and then enable their customers or small businesses effectively to use our capabilities to make payouts or to collect payments.
All right, Ajay, good to have you on board. Thanks so much for joining in.